What does the website do for business? And truly, it's a great question. Do we need one in 2024?
All right. So, yes, that is going to be our discussion for today. So,
Hmm.
without any further ado, let us get into it. All right. So, when we talk about a website, let us first have a clear understanding of what a website is and what it is expected to do.
Okay.
So, for the definition of a website, all it is a collection of files that are placed on web pages, right?
Hmm.
Can be accessed through a web address or the URL, as you can see there in the picture image. Excuse me. All right, so now we have to differentiate the difference between a website and a web page, right? So a website is a collection of web pages.
Hmm.
Now, the web page is singular. That is just one page. And that's just a single document that is going to be displayed through a web address or the URL. It can be a standalone document or it can be a part of the website. So, as you can see here through this second slide, so this is an image of a web page. This is not a website. This is just one page, right? Excuse me. So for this particular web page, it's asking you to take an action. All right. So this was leading into a webinar that I used to do before. And this was for network marketers and helping them to generate more leads for their business. So there is only two courses of actions that's going to happen when someone enters into this web page. One being that they would click on that light blue button that says claim your spot now.
Yep.
And mhm,
No, go ahead. Sorry. I
okay.
said.
So when they click on that claim your spot now button, then they will be taken over to another page where they can enter in their contact information
Mhm.
and their name and a phone number as well. Once they submit that information, then they will get an email which will give them access to the webinar, right? So they can either do that or they can say, no, I don't want to sign up at this particular time, and they just leave your page. But either way, it's going to be a win win situation for you if you have this set up properly. And I'm going to go into that at the end of this presentation. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, do I need a website? So, before I answer that question, I would like for all of you that are on board with us this evening to type in the number one in the chat if you have your own website. Type in the number one if you have a website. And if you don't leave a number, I'm going to assume that you do not have one. Okay. All right. So, to answer that question, do I need a website? All right. I can see the numbers coming in. No, in all actuality, you do not need a website, but what you need to have a web presence. And this is so powerful. Greetings, Vern. Thanks for joining us. So, yes, Vern, we're just starting off. So, I'm asking everyone that has a website to type in the number one. So, Vern, if you have a website, please type a number one in the chat. If not, just don't put anything. All right. So yes. So you do not need to have an actual website, but you do need to have a web presence, right? And the web presence can be a form of this web page, which we showed previously. It can be a Facebook business page. It can be a Google business profile page. It can be one of your social media sites, but that is set up as a business page as long as it is somewhere where people can connect with you, they can gather more information about the products and services in which you provide. and they also can, reconnect with you and even purchase their products or service if that is something that you do. If you're selling something, you want to give them the ability to purchase directly from your web page, right? So now, when we talk about the purpose of your website, so now from going forward now, whenever I say website, I'm talking about either website or web page, or we just talking about having that web presence. Okay. So, what is the purpose of your website? So, you want to give your website a distinct purpose, and what you actually want your website to accomplish. So, Christine, if I say to you, I know that you do have a website. What are you looking for your website to do? Are you looking for it to produce sales? Are you looking for it to produce leads? Are you looking for it to share your testimony? What are you expecting this website to do for you? I think we lost Christine, but she'll be back on in a minute. So yes, you need to define and have a clear point of reference of what it is that you want your website to do. So if you have a website and you just want to sell products from your website, that's fine. But your website needs to be set up in that manner so that when people come to your website, they will have the option to go ahead and do so. You want to make sure that it has purpose. It is defined clearly, and you have a call to action as to what you want your website or your web page to do. All right. So yes. So yeah, you really need to clarify what you want your website to do and make sure that it is set up in the proper manner. So I'm going to share a couple of different websites on the screen and show you how they are set up, and they are definitely getting the results in which the website is set up for. So for this first website here, this was another guest that we had here on What's Holding You Back. And this is Todd and Tashawn Hatchett's website, which is Godware Inspirational Communication. Excuse me. And they have a clothing line with apparel and different accessories. And they're through their clothing, their shirts, their hats, their pillows, their mugs, their keychains, etc. There is an inspirational word that is left on their apparel, right? And this has been very successful for them, and people are really, you know, taking a liking to what they have to offer, and they're getting great results off of their website. And their website is set up in a manner whereas when you go to their website, you can just see visual images of all of the different products that they have to offer, and you just click on it, and it'll show up the price, the size, different colors that they have to offer for each item, and then you just pick and choose which one you want, put into the address in which you want it delivered, and boom, you're good to go. So yeah, their website is clearly functioning very well, and they're getting great results through that. All right, let me see if Christine is able to come back on. Getting great results. Okay. All right. She's still having some technical issues. Okay. All right. She's still having some technical issues. Can you hear me? Okay. She's still having some technical. Christine, are you hearing me? Okay. Sorry. All right. So let us continue. Hopefully she can get that cleared up. All right, so that's one example of a website and how they have it set up to sell their products, right? So this is another website here. And we have our dear sister Yvette Bolden, who is on board with us this evening. And her website is Bold Nutrition Consulting LLC. Right. So what I really love about her website, one second, please. What I really love about her website, it tells a picture. It says many words as soon as you jump on her website. So you know exactly what it all entails. This is healthy living, creating a healthier lifestyle, a nutrition, a dietary plan, and also a workout regimen. And as you can see from her before and after pictures, she's demonstrating the results in which she has received by using her nutrition program. Excuse me. But what I really love about what Yvette is doing, she has a DNA based fitness program, right? So for those of you that are familiar with your DNA, you know that everyone's DNA is different. So when she puts that into her website, then you truly understand that this is something that's going to work for me. Why? Because it's customized to fit my body type, depending on what my DNA is. So if I'm looking for a program that's going to help me lose weight, gain weight, or whatever the case may be, if I know that she has a method where she can do a DNA test on me and customize a plan that's going to fit my body type and my body style, then I'm going to go to her 10 out of 10 times because I know her plan is more geared and specific to fit my needs as opposed to another dietary or nutritional plan that does not have a DNA based program involved in it. So that program might not be most beneficial for me. But with this, I can I can pretty much, I'm not going to say guarantee, but I have full confidence that it's going to be very much beneficial to me and I'm going to get great results. So great job, my sis, with your website and what you're doing. I must say that you really do have a golden nugget here on your hands. And if you were to ever run some ads for your business, you really need to make sure you emphasize that it's a DNA based fitness program. So when people see that, it's going to resonate with them and they're going to know that, it's going to get them better results because it's customized to fit their particular DNA. So, yes, my sister, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little later. All right. All right. Good evening. Blessings, Deacon Orville. Good to see you, my brother. All right. All right. So now one last website I wanted to show you, then we'll continue on. So another website here. Again, this demonstrates exactly what um, this business has to offer. And it's from Dwayne the Credit Man Reed. And he was another guest here on What's Holding You Back. And his website is dealing with rebuilding and repairing your credit and also giving you financial investment strategies and different tips on how to, have a better financial status. So again, how these websites and web pages are set up is going to determine the kind of results that they're going to be able to get. And so, you just want to make sure that whoever is setting up a website for you, or if you're doing it yourself, that first page that your audience is viewing, it must demonstrate and clearly state what your business, your product, or your services are, and so that people can know that okay, I'm at a place that is of interest to me. Let me continue to look on into their website and see what other information they have to offer, and then they can make a decision on what's best for them. All right. All right. So another thing, very important. You have to leave a call to action, because we must understand that we are in a time, in a place now, that where we have to be pretty much told what to do. If you don't leave a call to action and tell someone what you want them to do, then chances are they're not going to do anything. They're just going to search around, mingle around your website, your web page, and not do anything. Why? Because you didn't leave them a call to action. Tell them to book now, click on this button, register for this event, subscribe to my channel, become a lead, receive my newsletter, whatever it is that you want them to do, you have to leave them a clear call to action. Click the link and submit your contact information. Very simple. But you'd be surprised how many people do not take action. Why? Because they did not see a call to action and they did not know what they were supposed to do. All right. So let's talk about website tracking. And this is oh so important. All right. Oh, greetings, my sis, Charmaine McBean. Good evening. So good to have you with us. Yes, she was another guest here on What's Holding You Back. Thank you so much for joining us. Excuse me. All right. So, website tracking. So, this is very, very, very important. Why? Because you need to have the ability to track how many people are coming over to your website, what they're doing on your website, what pages are they visiting, are they taking action, are they buying from you, are they selling from you. Christine, you good to go?
Oh, good to go, Captain. Yay!
Yay, team. All right, excellent. All right, so yes, we're into website tracking now. All right, so yes,
Mm,
so with your website tracking, very important that you have this set up on your website and your web pages. This is going to give you all the data and information on people that are visiting your web pages.
okay.
All right. So when you have this information, you can see what pages they're visiting, how long they're staying on your website, if they purchased from you, if they opted in and became a lead, so you can continue to market to them offline and all of that good stuff.
Mm,
And another very important thing that is going to happen with this website tracking. All right, so let me go back to one of our first slides. All right, so this one here. So
mhm,
remember in the beginning, I stated that when people come over to this web page or your website, whatever the case may be, they're going to have two options, right? They can either click on the button, put in their contact information, or they can leave your page. And I said to you, either way, it's a win-win situation for you.
mm,
Why? Because if you have the tracking on your web page and your websites, now you can remarket to them. So what does that mean? All right, so let's talk about this. I hope you get this. All right, so retargeting is the most effective marketing strategy there is, right? So let's say, so now in this slide, in this image here, you see a picture of a car, right? So yes, let's use this as an example. So let's say you're going over to a car dealership website. You're looking at a car, you're checking out all of the descriptions about it, payments, the color, the make, the model, everything checks out good. Okay, so you have some interest, but you're not sure if you want to make a decision. So you want to visit some other sites and see if someone else can beat their suggested retail price. So you come off of their website,
mhm,
go off to another website, you get distracted. You're back on social media, you're checking your emails and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden, while you're scrolling through social media, what do you see? you see a picture of that same car that you were just looking at the website,
Mm.
and you're saying, hold on, how is this showing up on my screen now? And the reason why is because they have those retargeting, those tracking pixels on their website.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now they have the ability to follow you around wherever you go, and they can be your own little stalker. So
Mm.
now they're going to keep on showing you that particular item that you were looking at previously,
Mm-hmm.
come back into their site and actually take some form of action, whether that be to purchase or become a lead or whatever the case may be. But that is why remarketing or retargeting is so effective. And just to take it to another step. So I know many a times now, because technology is, wow, just going to another stratosphere now. So have you ever been on the phone with someone and you're talking about something? Let's go back to our favorite topic, Christine, talking about going to a Jamaican restaurant, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say we're talking about Golden Crust. Wow, yeah, Golden Crust got the best beef patty and the best jerk chicken patties. Um, I need my commissions there from you guys too for that shout out. All right, that little endorsement. So yeah, we're talking about their beef patties,
Mm-hmm.
and then we hang up the phone from one another, and then I go back into my phone, and you go back into your phone, and you're scrolling, and what comes up?
Wow.
A picture of those beef patties from,
Wow.
yeah, from that restaurant. And you're like, hold on.
Hmm.
No, we've all seen it a million times. Like, hold on. I was just talking about this, but why am I seeing this on my phone?
Okay.
It's on my computer now. Is somebody listening into my conversation? Yes, Big Brother is definitely watching, seeing, hearing everything.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
yeah.
So I'm
Mhm.
just gonna ask about privacy laws and infringements. So how does that get?
All right. So there are certain
You
features
know?
on your phone and your computer that you have to set.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they don't violate your privacy, but
Mm-hmm.
you do not have them checked off, then they will be able to get access and continue to track you down like that.
So
So
it's
yeah,
open season.
pretty much. Yeah,
Open season if you don't try. Okay. Okay.
yes,
And that's all in the fine print.
it is. It
Okay.
is.
The
But
stuff I don't read. I just want to.
exactly,
Yeah.
very few people pay attention to that stuff, and
Hmm.
that's why we find ourselves where we're being stalked and followed all around by different type of advertisements. But for those of you that have a business and you really want to increase your sales or your leads or your um, conversion rates, you have to have a targeting or remarketing strategy. This is going to greatly increase your results because when the more you see something, the more inclined you are to take action and actually go out and purchase or become a lead to that particular product or service.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they've done plenty of research on all of this, and you know they know that it works, and it definitely does. So yeah, if you're going to be out there promoting your brand, your services, your products,
Yeah.
you definitely want to have a remarketing, retargeting strategy in place. It's
Mhm.
going to greatly increase your sales and your results. So now the average conversion rate is still like so for the first website I showed you for Godware Inspirational Communications, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say their website is set up just for to sell their merchandise, right? Brother Todd, speaking of you, my brother,
Yeah.
just talk them up. All right, there you go. So yes, all right. So talking about your website, Todd. All right. So your website is set up to sell your merchandise. Awesome.
Mhm.
So um, the average conversion rate or the sale rate for a person, well, not a person, but when someone visits your website, the actual conversion rate is somewhere in between 1.8 to 3.7%. Meaning, if you have 100 people coming over to your website in a day, then you should average between 2 to 4 sales in that day, right?
Okay.
All right. So if if one of my particular items that I'm selling on my website is converting at 10% as opposed to the 2 to 4%, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select that specific item. I'm going to create an ad with different variations of
Mhm.
that particular item, different colors, right?
Yeah.
With different people wearing it, right? And I'm going to invest money into that particular ad, not into the entire website, but just
Mhm.
the one that is converting at the highest rate. Why? Because if I have my tracking and my analytics set up on the website, I know which one is performing the best. So
Okay.
that's what I'm going to put some more money into. So if I'm creating 10 sales off of 100 visits to my website for that particular item, now I'm going to increase that budget so that I can get 200 visitors over to my website, and that's going to increase my sales from 10 to 20, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you keep scaling up from there until the sales start to drop off. And then you come back down. You find another item that is converting highly or better than your other items. And you do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Scale it up, scale it up,
Yeah.
scale until it starts to fall down in sales. Bring it back down, find another item. But that's how you use advertisement and ads to increase your sales and really increase your profits and really put you in a position where you're going to really get some see and
Mhm.
utilize see some great results. So yeah, that is just some things you need to have in place when it comes to your website. So Todd, we were talking about
Mm.
having the analytics and the tracking set up on your website and your web pages, and that's going to tell you how many people are coming over to your site, what they're doing on your site, if they're purchasing, if they're becoming a lead, or whatever the case may be. And then based off of those analytics, then you want to start to run ads to those items or products that are getting the best results, and scale up and increase your profits over those particular items.
Mm.
Yes.
So, so that's a lot. Like I thought door knocking was hard. You know,
Yeah,
back in the day when you had your clipboard, there's a science, if you will,
it is. It
method,
goes into it. But
strategy. Come on.
here's the beautiful thing.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to worry about doing it all for yourself. Why? Because Rob McCray Marketing Agency can do it for you. Oh,
I love it.